then just a couple of years later, in 1984, Colby won a first-round game against the Norton Blue Jays, 17-10, only to lose a heartbreak game here at Benton Field to Chaparral a week later on a Saturday afternoon, 13-7. Tonight's a new night. It's a new season, 2019. Colby Eagles undefeated at 8-0 on the season. They've gone 4-4. Nickerson ball club. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the starting lineup. By the way, Mark Charles is
I told Shelby about Concordia and how their athletic director saved you ass one time.
Yeah.
God, whose kid is that?
That's my mom. Like Shelby told her mom, like, weird. I thought I told you to bring one. What?
Nickerson Panthers come in, as I said, 4-4, and they come in on a 2-game winning streak. The last time they lost was to London back on October the 11th on a score of 21-16. They beat Cupid on the first Saturday in October, Friday in October. The team that Colby defeated here at Benton Field earlier in September. They beat them 14-12. Meanwhile, they lose to Holcomb, the team Colby knocked off in September, on a score of 39-21. They lose to Holcomb 22-21. Then other games they had were Smoky Valley of Lynchburg. They defeated them 15-12, a playoff team from a year ago. Boisington, top-ranked 2A team in Kansas, lost to those Cardinals 40-13. Lost to Halstead, a team that's undefeated on the season. Halstead was a winner over Nickerson to start the season, 38-0. Waiting for the Colby Eagles to come out of the locker room. Of course, we're also waiting on the Nickerson Panthers to come out and give you the Nickerson starting lineup tonight. They will start at tight end, number 4. That'll be a senior, Noah Salazar. Also starting tonight at wide receiver will be Christian Harrison. He is a 170-pound junior. Meanwhile, on the line, at left tackle, he's a freshman at 185. Left guard, Sam Logan.
How's it going?
I'm Jackson.
I'm Brian.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Jackson. How are you?
Good, I'm good.
Supposed to bring him up. Oh, they let you up here. What you got the big coat on for? You're not going to be needing any coat. Huh?
I don't know. We don't have a heater in here. We got a little.
You don't have a heater in here?
He said he was going to bring one, but can't count on these guys.
Yeah, I guess not.
I'll be able to hear this on the radio yet?
I'll be on the radio. He's running PA.
The what? The PA?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big mic.
Oh.
So,
Okay. All right. He's going to ride with you in the morning. That's on Sterling over here.
Yeah, it's just a few blocks right
And
on
a
the
quarter
corner.
till
Quarter till 8.
quarter till 8.
Anywhere between then and 8 o'clock is fine.
Okay, I'll have him there in the
Down the
morning.
road from there.
Okay.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, no problem. Man.
All right. Thank you. Nice to meet you. All right.
And I promise I won't kill you. And I hear you're a better driver than I am anyway. So.
And Jared Wright on the line, the center of Blaze Purvis, Robbie Barr, Nick Raymer, Ian Gonzalez, and Aaron Kern will be on the line.
See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you in the morning. Enjoy the game.
Yep, you too. Right out there for Colby as well.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. I'll see you in the morning.
On your feet and welcome the Colby Eagles as they enter the field with our nation's colors.
Temperature is going to be about 37 degrees at kickoff as we get ready for the national anthem.
Please rise and remove your hats and help the Colby Eagles honor band as they honor our country with the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Now join the band in supporting our Colby Eagles as they march out the field to the school fight song, Hail to the Varsity.
All right, folks, the next night we get set to go for high school football playoff here at Denton Field. Colby and Nickerson. We'll be back with the kickoff of tonight's game after these messages.
What?
Back, folks, for Jeff, as we get set to go tonight. Again, Mark Carrollton not with us. I think he's probably home watching, I would think. I'm not sure. But 5-year run Colby teams and who they played in the playoffs since 1984. I mentioned that they played Sacred Heart as a beat Sacred Heart in the very first playoff game they ever had back in 1980, May 14. This is the second playoff game they had. They won. They won the 17
playoff game Colby's played since
Then they
1980.
lost to Capital.
Oh, God.
This is the second time.
On a Saturday afternoon, 13-7. And then in 1990, Nickerson turned the tables on Colby.
That's exciting.
Yes. Hey, Mark, he's been doing it for a long time. Something much more. Either that or nobody told him to stop. So I guess because the basketball game is the college, so yeah, they split up.
It was Coach Gardner's first year and coached the Colby Eagles playoff competition. They lost 56%. Following year at home, Colby was knocked off by viewers 65-19. Then in 2014, Colby now has gone on a run of 5 consecutive years into the playoffs. In 2014, they lost to Colby 35%. The following year, right here at Denton Field, they lose to 2014. In 2016, the Pratt Greenbacks won the state championship that year and defeated Colby 49-26. The following year, Holcomb, who was a state champion and won 2 state championships, by the way, in their 5-year, 5-year run, actually 3-year run.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Coach John Wellman and the Nickerson Panthers.
In playoff history, last November, 51-21 over Kingman out in the field, then lost the next round with Pratt on the score of 33-16. Nickerson Panthers are getting ready to come to the field now, coming from the locker room. Colby's been out for some time. We're down to about 3 minutes before kickoff as the captains will head to the middle of the field. We'll take a break. We'll be back at 4. Colby High School Eagle Football, the playoffs 2019. Back after this.
All right, thank you, Dakota.
Captains tonight for Nickerson, Trey Garcia, Eric Malecki, Noah Salazar, and Bryce Isley. For Colby, Aaron Curry, Blaze Verbis, and Calvin Stapp.
Welcome back, folks. Switch up here at Denton Field as we get set for today's football.
Good evening and welcome back here to Denton Field. I'm Jackson Schneider, getting you set up for a round 1 playoff matchup here in week 9 of the Kansas high school football season. Colby and Nickerson just a few moments away from kickoff here tonight. The Eagles enter with a record of 8-0. They were 5-0 in GWAC conference play, as well as 5-0 in Kansas Class 3A District 8. They won the conference and district championships this season. They now play host to the 4-4 Nickerson Panthers, who are 2-3 in the Central Kansas League this season, 3-2 in district number 7. That is a 4th place finish and a very jam-packed district number 7 in that one. So a very wide open district was that one, and Nickerson, by way of winning the toss here, will receive, I believe, which is very different than we are used to. But for the first time this season, it appears that Colby will not start with the football. So a interesting wrinkle in the game here. Nickerson wanting the ball first, so Colby will be on defense. They'll work from right to left as we view it here from up in the box. And we are just about ready to go. Colby, as usual, in their all blacks, black jerseys, white numbers with orange trim, white stripes down the leg with that orange Power Eagle logo on the helmet. Nickerson in all white on the far end, white jerseys with the blue numbers and stripes with yellow trim, all white pants. They do have blue helmets with the yellow in logo on it. And the Panthers will be without their primary starting quarterback tonight. As we learned when we talked to Coach John Wellman earlier, Trey Garcia injured his hand. He broke his hand in practice just a few days ago. And so starting in his place will be sophomore Blake Teichman. And Teichman has not started a game this season, obviously, but just 3 rushes for 6 yards on the year. But he is a very athletic body, and he's going to be a challenge for the Eagles to stop, as Teichman is 5'11", 155 as just a sophomore, but very speedy, and we'll see how the Eagles will be able to hold him in check here as they tee it up now. Carson Van Eaton will do the honors. And the fans stomping their feet on the metal bleachers. There's the whistle, and we are underway. A low-line drive that will be fielded around the 20-yard line right up the middle, angling to the 25, breaking one tackle but being ripped to the ground just across the 30 is the return man there. And that was Noah Salazar on the return. Salazar we will be seeing a lot of tonight. He starts at tight end. It'll be Monroe, Logan, Malecki, Ratzlaff, and Broomfield Tate on the front line for the Panthers. Again, the starting quarterback is Teichman, with Jaron Gomez in the backfield, joined by Connor D'Amato and Bryce Isley. First snap is a handoff right up the middle and up across the 35. As they marked it at the 34 is where Nickerson started their drive. And Gomez gets a yard on his first carry for the first play of the game. Jaron Gomez, a senior, weighing in at 185 pounds, 5'10" over in the height department. There will be a motion to the near side and a play-action look, and the quarterback will try and cut it back inside, and Teichman's really got nowhere to go. He might have gotten about 3 yards there, but really contained well by the Colby defense.
On the carry that time was the quarterback, Blake Teichman.
So the quarterback with the first carry of the game for him, they'll give him about 4 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line here. And it'll be another option play to the outside, but it'll be kept in the middle by the Eagles defense. A 3-yard gain on the play, but well short of the first down. As I believe that was Gomez on the carry once again.
Gomez on the carry, gain of 2, brings up 4th down.
It'll be 4th down and about 2.5 after that one. And Nickerson will settle up to punt, it looks like here. But they are at their own 42, so in a good position really here to potentially fake it, but Colby will have nobody deep to return this one. There's an uncovered receiver to the near side, and now Last minute it'll be covered. This is a high snap, but it will be fielded, and a good punt into the sky here. It's going to drop around the 25 and roll towards the 20-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will start their first drive, but a strong 3 and out on that one, allowing just 7 yards in total offense on the drive in the 3 plays. So Colby with a good showing there defensively, and they'll get the ball for the first time tonight with 9:52 to go in the first quarter. So starting at their own 20, the Eagles send 2 receivers to the near side. Motion man is Stapp. They go right up the middle to Hagen Bowie. He's got a ton of green. Cuts to the outside. Now outside the hash is up across the 35, just shy of the 40-yard line. And Hagen Bowie, just like that, busts out about a 19-yard gain and a first down. What a run there by Hagen Bowie. He had a solid game last week.
Gain of 18 brings up 1st and 10 for Colby.
Had 95 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns against Goodland last week. An 18-yard pickup is the official number. There'll be a handoff to Stapp on the near side. He'll get up across the 45, and he'll get another sizable gain for the Eagles on his first carry of the game.
Gain of 8 on the play.
They'll give him 8 on that one. And it'll be second down in the short 2 from the the 46-yard line of Colby. They're working out here. High snap. They'll throw far side. This is Stapp on a screen look. Tries to get to the outside edge and does. He's got the first down. Up across the 50. Makes a man miss. Now cuts over the middle to the 40, 35, 30. Across the field. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Eagles. A screen pass to Calvin Stapp goes 54 yards. And the Eagles get on the board first. What a play right there, ladies and gentlemen. Calvin Stapp does it again. And the first pass of the game from Ryan Myers goes to Calvin Stapp for the score.
Carson Van Eaton on for the extra point.
And now Carson Van Eaton for the kick. Bad snap, but the kick is up, and it is good. Great play there on a rough snap that was handled by the holder well after it was in the dirt, put in the right spot, and the kick is up and good by Van Eaton. And just like that, Colby's on top, 7-0. 8:44 to go in the first quarter. We'll take our first break. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Van Eaton to kick for Colby. Noah Salazar and Bryce Isley do for Nickerson.
Welcome back. 7-0 on the Calvin Stapp 15-yard touchdown pass. Worked his way down the sideline, cut to the middle of the field, and with the touchdown, the kick is down the 19-yard line. Across the 25, up over his feet, and then he's driven out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Noah Salazar on the return for Nickerson. Brought down by...
High short kickoff there just as we get back. Returned out on the far sideline across the 35. They'll mark him out of bounds around the 38-yard line. Or rather the 37 for Nickerson. That's where they'll start their next drive. They went 3 and out on just 7 yards gained in their first drive. And they'll start this next one with 8:38 to go in the first quarter. Motion man to the outside here. Teichman runs the option, cuts it up the middle, and he's going to have about a 6-yard gain on this as he did a great job faking the option pitch and cut it right back up the middle.
Blake Teichman on the carry.
So Teichman picks up 6 on that one.
6 on the play.
2 rushes, 10 yards here in the early goings for him. 7-0 Eagles, 8:05 and counting now as the motion man comes to the near side. Another option. This one's going to be pitched, but trying to get to the edge, and he won't get there. Bottled up behind the line of scrimmage is the ball carrier. And as he gets up, that is going to be number 22 in Christian Peterson.
Ball carried that time by Christian Peterson. Right down by
And Peterson will lose about a yard, or rather about a half a yard there. So not much going for him on that one, and it'll bring up 3rd down once again. Second 3rd down faced by the Panthers in this ball game. They've run 5 plays so far, all of them on the ground. Very common for them. Pitch to the outside, and that one is going to be brought down for a loss as Calvin Stapp came flying like a bullet from the Eagles' defensive side. And Isley is going to lose a couple on that one.
Loss of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th down.
So a loss of 2 is what they'll call it, and it'll bring up another 4th down for Nickerson with under 7 minutes to go here, and they'll have to punt once again.
Peterson.
And the ball carrier from just a couple of plays ago, Christian Peterson, will step back to punt this again. This one a much better snap and a high, good punt. Mason Wright will let it drop, and it'll roll inside the 20. And that'll be picked up at the 18, and this time that is where Colby will start this drive. So 2 consecutive 3-and-outs by the Eagles. This time just 3 yards in total as the Eagles will start this next drive in similar territory, but it took them no time at all to score in their first drive. 3 plays, 80 yards in 58 seconds. 6:34 to go first quarter for the Eagles now. Myers takes the snap, handoff up the middle. And this is Bowie, lowers the shoulder, makes one man miss, and carries it out to around the 25-yard line. A pickup of around 7 on the play. So Hagen Bowie with another solid run. 2 rushes and 25 yards so far for him. Myers out of the gun again this time. Motions Bowie across the front. It'll be a handoff to the right side. This is Jaron Rush. He'll cut it up the middle and get a couple more. It's going to be close to a first down. Not sure he could get there, but it will be very close. It depends on the spot at the bottom of the pile. So give him about 2.
Give a couple on the play. Good for a Colby Eagle. First down.
And I believe that was actually Mason Wright on the carry. He got about 2 yards. And it'll be 3rd down and 1, and the handoff left side is faked as Myers will keep.
Ryan Myers on the keeper for Colby.
And that'll be a solid gain there. And they did give him the first down on that last play, so I'm all sorts of unorganized. And that's a pickup of 7 for Ryan Myers on first down there. So 2nd down and about 3 yards for the Eagles here, working out. And a penalty flag, and it looks like it'll be a false start on Colby.
Flag on the play, illegal procedure against the Eagles.
So that'll back them up 5 yards.
It'll bring up 2nd down.
5:28 to go first quarter. Colby on top of Nickerson. 7-0 here. Thanks to the 54-yard screen pass from Ryan Myers to Calvin Stapp. Myers takes this snap, gives to Stapp on the near side, and a crushing block by Bowie, and now Stapp has the first down and then some. Whipped to the ground around the 44-yard line. And a big gain there. It was 2nd and 8.
Gain of 12 on the play.
And Stapp picks up 12 yards and a fresh set of downs. 3rd first down of the game for the Eagles. Ball at their own 44 right now. Myers motions Stapp across to the right side. Here's a snap and a whistle. And it looks like offsides on Nickerson. Somebody got an early jump. So this time Colby will be moving forward off the penalty. The first of the game on Nickerson.
Penalty against Nickerson. There's a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up 1st and 5.
So it'll be 1st and 5 now from the 49-yard line, working towards Nickerson territory here. Motion man to the near side of Stapp. Trap handoff to Jaron Rush, and he'll burrow down into the pile there, and he'll pick up about 4 more yards. Close to the first down, but it will be just a touch short. 4 yards for Jaron Rush.
4 on the play brings up 2nd down and 1.
2nd down and a yard to go here for the Eagles. Snap to Myers. He keeps it right up the middle. Plenty of yardage inside of Nickerson territory. Even deeper inside the 40. And so a pickup of about 7 and another first down for Colby.
Gain of 7. Good for a Colby Eagle. First down.
Third first down of the drive for the Eagles, as upcoming is the 7th play of the drive. Colby got the ball with 6:34 to go in the quarter, and we are now at 4 minutes even and working in here in the opening stanza. Pitch play to the near side. This is Stapp. He's got a trail, and there he goes! 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, just like that. He sets the edge thanks to some great outside blocking, and Calvin Stapp picks up 39 and another touchdown on the game.
There is a flag on the...
There is a penalty flag, though, so hold the phone. This one may be coming back.
And he is gone. Nobody even came close.
We may have to redo this one, as the indication is holding on Colby. That may have led to that big gain and the touchdown by Calvin Stapp.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty.
So a 10-yard hold erases the 39-yard touchdown run from Calvin Stapp. So the spot foul, 10 yards from the downfield hold on that outside edge, makes it first down and 11 from the 40 this time. So Calvin Stapp has a 39-yard score wiped off, but they go right back to him. This time he's going to be corralled in the middle of the field. He'll pick up about 5 yards.
Carry for Colby. Brought down on the play by Braden Miller.
And I'll say Braden Miller on the tackle there for Nickerson, and it's going to make it 2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line of the Panthers here. 3:18 and counting here in the first quarter. Eagles looking to increase their 7-0 lead here. Stapp motions to the right side. 3-step drop for Myers. Looking deep, he's going to launch. And that will be too tall for the intended receiver there. That was Aiden Basgall. And Aiden Basgall had a lot of room there. He was defended on the play by the defensive back on the play. I believe that was Salazar, but it was too tall for Basgall, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 to go. And this officially the first 3rd down faced of the game by the Colby Eagles offense here, with 3:03 to go in the first quarter. This will be the 9th play of the drive, and it's another pitch to Stapp on the outside. This is how he scored the last time, but this time gets inside the 30 before stepping on the boundary, but he has first down yardage.
After a gain of 8 on the play.
8-yard pickup and a first down by Calvin Stapp. So a 3rd down conversion and the 5th first down of the game for Colby here. Their 4th on this drive alone. And this drive is quickly becoming a long one, as you can look at the Nickerson Panthers defense. Hands on some hips here early. Fatigue on that defensive line especially. Here's a handoff to Rush on the right edge. He's going to be brought down by a couple of Panthers, but a pickup of 6 or 7 on that one. From the 28, gets to around the 22, so they'll give him 6 on that one. 2 rushes, 10 yards on the game for Jaron Rush so far. So the Eagles get the call from the near sideline, and they'll get set up. Basgo will be split out to the far end with Hagen Bowie in the slot. Stapp and Rush in the backfield. Bowie motions left side, and a whistle and another jump early from the Nickerson Panther defense, and that is going to give Colby a first down.
Against the defense.
So another 5-yard penalty. It'll move the chains for Colby on the penalty.
The Colby Eagles a first down.
And so with 2:18 to go, first quarter, Colby is back inside the red zone. For the first time today, Bowie motions left side this time. And they'll hand off left side for Stapp. Tries to get to the edge again. Cuts it up back inside the 10.
Stapp on the carry for Colby.
Another solid run there. Looks like a gain of about 8 yards.
Of 6 on the play. It'll bring up second down.
Or rather, he'll be stopped shorter than my eye see for a gain of 6 officially. So now second down and 4 from the 10-yard line. Right on that one. Bowie and Stapp in the backfield as Stapp chops his feet. High snap, and Ryan Myers will fall on it, surrounded by 4 different Nickerson Panthers. So a loss on the play, but the Eagles will keep the ball after the high snap.
Loss of 6 on the play.
And a 6-yard loss for Myers makes it third down and 10 back at the 16-yard line. And now another penalty flag. And a false start on Colby again here. Already the third penalty for 20 yards in the game on the Eagles. And that'll back them up to the 21, so it'll be third down and 15 to go here with 1:10 and counting in the first quarter. Myers motion Stapp to the near side, counter handoff to Bowie up the middle, and he breaks the tackle inside the 10. Touchdown Colby! A 21-yard touchdown run from Hagen Bowie, and this one will stand. Touchdown Colby, another one for Hagen Bowie. And that is his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. With 58 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Good snap, good hold. This kick is high and deep and right through there. It's 14-0 Colby with 58 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Colby 14, Nickerson 0.
A great drive there for Colby, as it totals 13 plays, 82 yards, and 5.5 minutes. What a drive right there. 5:36 to go, to be specific, eating off the clock there. And the Eagles have had the ball for over half of the first period now after that one. And now Nickerson in a bit of a hole here. And this is not the type of offense that is really built to come back from big deficits. They don't throw the ball a lot. Typically only about 4 or 5 passes per game. And they're going to have to find some sort of an answer here. This one may get ugly quick.
Noah Salazar and Bryce.
So if you're just joining us, Colby scored with 8:44 to go in the first quarter on a screen pass from Ryan Myers to Calvin Stapp, a 54-yarder. And then just now, Hagen Bowie, a 21-yard touchdown run, making it a 2-score lead here as the whistle blows, and Van Eaton will send another line drive fielded around the 20-yard line. Angled to the outside. This is Salazar again, and he is going to be roped down by the ankles shy of the 30-yard line. And Aiden Basgo hog-tied him to the ground there. Great coverage by the Colby kickoff team. And Nickerson will start this one at their own 30. 52 seconds and some change left in the quarter here, and this one a handoff right up the middle. Not a whole lot going for him on that play. A pickup of about 2 yards. And it was actually Teachman, the quarterback, who kept it. And so it'll be second down and about 8 from the 32-yard line. Under 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Motion man to the near side. And a handoff up the middle this time. And a broken tackle out to the outside. And across the 45 near midfield is the running back that time. And that was Jaron Gomez on the big-time run. First down of the game there. And a pickup of about 18 yards on the run.
He was brought down by Landon Reinhardt.
Landon Reinhardt with the touchdown-saving tackle on that big run. And with 16 seconds left for the first time today, a fresh set of downs for the Nickerson Panthers. And we've got a stoppage here. Not sure what the reasoning is there. Now the officials will clear the area and the clock will stop. Another motion man to the near side, and they'll pitch this direction, but nothing doing on that one. Maybe a yard. Not a whole lot going for Jaron Gomez on that one. And they will call it. I'm going to call that about a yard. And that will end the quarter. So after one, Colby 14, Nickerson nothing. We'll go ahead and take a short break and be back in just a moment. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
This team also set the school record for the lowest team score ever posted with a 360 on day 2 at state. State team members are senior Brielle Bangy, junior Lacey Weigel, sophomores Maya Betts, Eliza Shelke, and Jalen Sabatka. Freshman Brindley Sims, coached by Rick.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
I would like to congratulate Maya Betts and Brielle Bangy, who medaled at the state tournament. Maya placed 14th and Brielle placed 3rd. Brielle became the first 3-time state medalist in school history and set the school record this season for the best individual round with a 74. Congratulations to the CHS girls golf team and Coach Rick Williams on an outstanding season and an impressive state tournament performance.
Welcome back to Denon Field as a handoff up the middle goes for really no gain at all, and that'll be third down and a long 8 here after that one, maybe 7.5.
For Nickerson. Blaze Verbus on the stop for Colby. Play third down at 7.
And I had to check with the PA man to see who carried that one, as he was under a massive humanity, but Jaron Gomez, another carry. They'll give him about 2 yards on that one. And so that'll bring up third down and 7 to go here. Motion man to the outside. Now dropping back to pass is Teachman. He throws sideline, and it is too tall for the intended receiver in Gomez.
Intended on the play for Jaron Gomez.
And so Teachman's first throw of the game is errant, and it'll bring up fourth down. And Peterson will line up the punt once again. So Colby's defense allows a first down, but holds strong from there. And a high, short punt towards the far sideline. It actually carries a lot farther than I thought it was going to. But it'll bounce out of bounds near the 20-yard line, and so Colby will start in familiar territory on their next drive. But that drive, 5 plays for Nickerson, and a minute and 40 seconds off the clock. And so Colby will start again at their own 20-yard line.
So Colby with the football, first and 10. Leading 14-0 Flyers.
Myers out of the snap, and another jump there early by Nickerson. This one, no flag, but Ryan Myers will burrow forward for a gain of about 6.
Brought down to the play by Logan Broomfield Tate. Gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second down, 5 yards to go.
So 2nd down and about 4 for the Eagles here. 10:30 to go in the second quarter, leading 14-0. Trying to stretch this one out. Another toss play to the near side. Stapp really with nowhere to go, but a penalty flag comes in.
On the reception for Colby.
And it was actually Jaron Rush. That play typically run for Calvin Stapp. And the play itself lost about a yard. But there will be a penalty on Nickerson, I believe.
Face mask.
And it'll be a face mask on Nickerson.
Against Nickerson at 5 yards from the end of the run. Brings
A
up
5-yard variety of the
3rd down.
face mask. Again, you can have either the 15-yard personal foul or just a 5-yard incidental contact, and that's what that was. And it brings up 3rd down and less than a yard here. Or will it be enough for a 1st down? We're going to have to confer as the officials come together a bit here.
Yeah, it's the end of the run. My fault.
And it will be. So 3rd down in a matter of inches here for Colby. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far. And this time they go to Bowie, and he picks up 3 or 4 and moves the chains again. So make that 3 for 3.
Play by Sam Logan. Gain of 2.
And they call it a 2-yard pickup for Bowie that time. 4 carries, for 48 yards and a score here already in the game for him.
21-yard run.
And a new set of downs for Colby as Myers motions Bowie across the formation to the near side. Trap handoff up the middle, and Stapp is going to be burrowed into the pile, but doesn't get much, if anything, maybe a half of a yard.
Brought down by Blake Teachman.
And Teachman in on the tackle, the quarterback. He also doubles as a linebacker.
2nd down and 10.
And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 9.5.
9:34 to go in the 1st half.
The Eagles getting set once again here. 2 receivers bunch set on either side. High snap, handoff across the formation. Stapp will be breaking a tackle, now reverses his field, cuts up the middle, and he picks up about 9 yards, close to a 1st down, and that very well should have been a loss of 5, and he turns it into a gain of 9. But there is a penalty flag on the play, and it'll be another hold on Colby. So another great play by Calvin Stapp, erased by the 4th penalty of the game for Colby thus far. They average six penalties and about 50 yards per game, and already well ahead of that pace here so far today. And there's an injured Nickerson Panther out on the field, so we'll take a brief pause while he is tended to in the middle of the field, and while we have a stoppage in play, we got a notification back at the studio that there was a lost dog that was found near the ethanol plant near campus. It's a Brittany Spaniel. And if you are an owner of a Brittany Spaniel pup and are missing it, it has been found. Just call our station, 785-460-0790, and we'll get you more information on how to get in touch with your lost animal. But we are set to get back to action. 2nd down and 20 to go here from the 20. And it's a pitch to the near side. This is Jaron Rush, gets the sideline, and he's going to be brought down after a solid gain of 10. But it won't be enough for the 1st down, as they were well behind the chains due to that penalty. Or rather, they'll say he was out of bounds after a gain of about 8. So it'll be 3rd down and 12.
Maybe almost 13 yards. Mark at the 30-yard line.
So another 3rd down here for the Eagles. This one by far the longest they have faced of the game. Myers takes a 3-step drop, launches over the middle. He's got Basgo, who makes the catch. He loses his footing, but a huge gain from the Colby 30 to the Nickerson 42-yard line. A 28-yard pickup on the pass, and a Colby Eagles 1st down. Aiden Basgo, what a grab that was. 28 yards on the play, and Colby gets another fresh set of downs. 8:05 now to go in this first half. Colby on top 14-0, looking to extend this lead here. Motion man to the near side. They hand off to Stapp up the middle, and he will lunge forward for about 2 or 3.
Down by Teachman. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
So a 2-yard pickup for Stapp that time, and it's 2nd down and 8 to go from this time the 40-yard line of Nickerson. And Aiden Basgo, that is his first reception of the season. He's had a couple of rushes, but that's the first play for him through the air. This time a high snap, but a handoff to Stapp on the outside. But he will be ankle tackled at the line of scrimmage, so nothing for him that time.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 8.
And so that will bring up yet another 3rd down for Colby. Their 3rd of this drive. So 7 minutes to go here as Colby works deep into the quarter. They have dominated this time of possession so far after that last drive. 13 plays, 5:36 off the clock. This is the 9th play of the drive. Motion man to the near side. They hand off up the middle to Bowie, and he's got the 1st down up near the the 30-yard line of Nickerson. A pickup of 10 on the play and another 1st down.
Gain of 9 and good for Colby Eagle.
So another solid pickup there from Hagen Bowie. And Colby stays perfect. Team looks to the near sideline as they get the call here. Myers motions the man to the near side. That's rush. They go right back to Bowie. And this time he will squirt away from one man, but not the 2nd and 3rd men to get there. He does pick up about 3 on the play.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is the 6th carry of the game so far for Hagen Bowie, totaling 60 yards and a score. So he's having a very solid first half here so far as the Eagles continue to control the ball game here in the earlier stages. 5:40 to go here in the 2nd quarter now. And this is another counter handoff to Stapp. Breaks free into the secondary, and you can forget about that one. Calvin Stapp goes the distance again, this time from 28 yards. Calvin Stapp, my goodness, have a day. 28 yards for the score, and that makes it 20-0 Colby.
Carson Van Eaton on to attempt the extra point.
And Carson Van Eaton back out for another extra point try here. Good snap, good hold. That one nearly blocked, but it sails through the uprights anyways. And it is 21-0 Colby. So we'll take a short break and be back with the final stages of the 2nd quarter. Eagles well in hand here early. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride. Scott City was up 14-0 on Holcomb at the end of the first quarter. That's all I've got, though.
One score update. Scott City leading Holcomb 14-0 at the end of the first.
5:33. Welcome back into Denon Field. Colby taking complete control after a 28-yard touchdown run from Calvin Stapp. It's now 21-0 Eagles as Carson Van Eaton will kick off from left to right here and get us back to action. This one high and short, fielded around the 24-yard line by Salazar. Angles up the middle, and he's going to get a great return out across the 45 to around the 46-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down here. But a great return for Trey Salazar. Or excuse me, for Noah Salazar. Excuse me, Trey Gomez. Or Trey Garcia. I'm getting all these names messed up. Trey Garcia is the big playmaker that the Nickerson Panthers are without tonight. I spent so much time preparing for him that I've confused myself here. 5:25 to go, second quarter. Motion man to the near side. And now he'll motion back across the formation. They hand it off up the middle for Jaron Gomez, and he runs into a brick wall after just a yard gain.
Brought down to the play by Landon Reinhardt.
Landon Reinhardt laid the wood on that one. And he continues to have a stellar year for Colby.
Short gain on the play brings up second down and a long 9.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half now. Second down and 9 to go. Motion man to the near side. This time it's Isley. Long pitch and the bounce loose. Isley dives on it, but an errant pitch was nearly a disastrous play for Nickerson. And they'll lose about 3 yards.
It'll bring up third down and 12.
So Bryce Isley there now. That is going to officially be his second carry of the game, but that one really not his fault as they lose 3 on the bad pitch. He's now got -5 rushing yards here in the first half. So he's had a tough go of it here early, but so has most of this Nickerson offense. Third down and 12 here from their own 43. They throw a screen pass to the far sideline, and the Eagles will stop this well short of the line to gain. That'll be a pickup of about 3 yards to Salazar. So Salazar with his first catch and the first completion for Teichman. And that will bring up fourth down for Nickerson with 3:35 to go here in the second quarter. And the time of possession disparity will continue to grow here as the Eagles have had the ball for over 12 minutes of the game already. Still 3.5 to go in the half. Good snap. Another high punt towards the far sideline. And that'll bounce out of bounds close to about the 20-yard line yet again. They'll mark it around the 21, but Colby will start in similar position to where they've started every drive of this game, but it hasn't seemed to be a problem yet. They have yet to be stopped by this Nickerson Panther defense. That last drive, just another 3 and out for Nickerson. And a handoff on the first play of this drive. And that will be Jaron Rush, I believe, who lowers forward to about the 29. So they'll give him about 7 yards on the carry there. Second down and 3 from around the 28.5 here.
6 yards rushing now for Rush.
Motion man to the near side is Rush once again, but they go to Bowie, and he will be brought down by the horse collar after the gain. He gets a yard on the play, but the penalty flag comes out.
Penalty flag on the play.
Down at the 40.
And so Colby will likely be gifted another first down by way of the penalty flag. And we await the official signal here from the official. Personal foul, horse collar tackle. So just like they drew it up, and they'll march it forward for 15 yards and another first down for Colby.
First down.
That is the fourth penalty for 30 yards for Nickerson. So both teams 4 penalties, 30 yards so far. And so Colby will have the ball first and 10 at their own 45. 2:25, to go here in the half. Handoff left side for Stapp up to the 40, 45 to the outside, to the 40, to the 30. Tries to cut back inside, but he's going to be met by a couple of Panthers after another great run from Calvin Stapp. They'll mark him out at the 20-yard line of Nickerson, a 35-yard pickup.
Good for a Colby Eagle.
So another huge run for Stapp. Prior to that one, he had 9 rushes for 69 rushing yards on the game. A very nice game for him so far. And it'll now be first and 10 for Colby. And that is 11 first half first downs for this Colby Eagles offense that just keeps rolling forward here. 2:13 to go, and here's a handoff. Play action fake, rather. Throw to the near side, and it's going to be hauled in by Hagen Bowie. He gets a couple on that one. And the great fake by Ryan Myers faked me out even.
Gain of 7 on the play.
And there'll be a 7-yard pickup on the play to Hagen Bowie out of the backfield. Great play action fake there. And it'll be second down and 3. And the Eagles just keep it moving. 3-step drop from Myers. He's going to roll to the left side now. Throws towards the end zone, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown.
Pass complete.
And Mason Wright hauls that one in for the score
13 yards
from 13 yards out, and the Eagles tack on another. Wow, the Eagles just moving right along here tonight, folks. 4 of 5 passing for 2 touchdowns and 101 yards so far for Ryan Myers. Kick is up and good by Carson Van Eaton, and that has made this game just really balloon to a 28-0 lead. Colby has dominated this one all the way through. That touchdown drive, 5 plays, 79 yards. And it takes just 1 minute and 40 seconds. Aided by a couple of huge plays. But Colby, again, 4 drives, 4 touchdowns so far tonight. And they have made it look very easy here so far. Still a minute 32 to go here in the half. And Nickerson looking for any sort of positive momentum moving forward. And it doesn't get much better, because if they don't score before halftime, Colby gets the ball back. Because for the first time this season, the Eagles didn't get the ball to start the game. And now Nickerson, who has just 1 first down offensively in this game, will have to find an answer and find it quickly with, again, 1:32 to go here in the half. Another high kickoff, taken at the middle of the field around the 20. To the far sideline, a lot of green, but finally he will be brought down, and that is Bryce Isley. across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Brought down by Colin Carroll.
And it'll be Colin Carroll credited with the tackle there.
46-yard line.
And they'll mark him at the 46, so that's where Nickerson will start this next drive with now 1:24 on the clock. After that good return here. Motion man to the near side. Option to the near side, though, and hitting a huge wall is the quarterback, Teachman.
Nickerson brought down by Blaze.
And Blaze Verbis with a huge tackle that time on a 2-yard pickup for Teachman. Second down, and now 8 to go to near the 48.5. Motion man this time to the far side. Another option play. Teachman lowers the shoulder, and he will push forward for a gain of about 4, maybe 5 on that one. Landon Reinhardt in on the tackle again. And a whistle, and I believe a timeout is called with 38 seconds left here in the half. Timeout Nickerson. And it'll be third down and about 4 after that 4-yard pickup, we'll call it. And so with just a little time here, we'll go ahead and get you some scores from around the area. Scott City leading Holcomb 14-0. That one is now in the second quarter. Salina Sacred Heart taking on Plainville. And the Plainville Cardinals up 35-0 at the start of the second quarter in that one. So the Plainville Cardinals 7-1 overall continue right on rolling. Just a bit east of here. Marysville leads Jeff West 14-6 in the second quarter in 3A. And Cheney up 24-0 on Rock Creek as well. We'll get you more scores at halftime, but let's get back to action here. 38.9 on the clock, and it is third down and 4 for Nickerson at the Colby 46-yard line. And a good counter handoff to the far side, and that's going to be a gain of about 5 on the carry and a first down for Nickerson. And Salazar got the carry and picked up 5. And that is just the second first down of the game so far for Nickerson. And back to pass as Teachman. He throws it, and somehow it is incomplete. The ball is out. It looked like it'll be an incomplete pass, but that play blew up in a hurry. Intended for Christian Peterson as Teachman was nearly sacked and somehow got rid of the football, and it was a good pass, but Christian Peterson couldn't haul it in, and so after all that, it is all for naught. Second down and 10 now. 17 seconds to go in the half. And Nickerson down 28-0 at the hands of the Colby Eagles so far. Another update from Scott City. Holcomb gets on the board. It's 14-6 at halftime. Teachman throws to the near side. It's caught by Peterson. He breaks one tackle, but Connor Griffin comes and finishes him off as a couple of other Eagles join in. That one complete. 4.7 on the clock. Timeout. The Nickerson Panthers call their second timeout of the half, again with 4.7 on the clock. As that one caught by Peterson, and he picks up 5 yards. Two completions in 4 attempts in the first half for Teachman. Just a total of 8 yards, though. And when I talked to Coach John Wellman before the game, he had talked about they don't pass much, but when they do, they try to take shots deep downfield. And here so far, they really haven't done any of that. It's been screen passes or short out routes So maybe trying to set up Colby's defense to expect a short pass and then hit him for a deep one. But with 4.7 seconds left in the half, they're going to have to try something deep. But we'll see what they do here. It is third down once again.
Down to the staff with 2 touchdowns tonight, 1 passing, 1 running. Able to do it, running 1 in and touchdown pass.
So far in this game, just 1 for 6 on third down is Nickerson. Couple of receivers to the far side. Teachman throws deep, and that one is going to be intercepted by Jaron Rush.
That's intercepted by Jaron Rush for the Eagles.
And so Jaron Rush pulls off the pick, but ends the first half.
28, Nickerson 0.
And at the half, Colby well in the lead here, 28-0 our score. We'll go ahead and send it to break, but on the other side, we'll have the Cornerstone Ag halftime show, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride. Yes. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's halftime performance of the Colby High School Marching Band. This year's theme for this show is the works of Bon Jovi. Listen as the band plays this year's opening song, Living on a Prayer, conducted by senior April Ford.
Thank you. Welcome back into Denon Field for the Cornerstone Ag halftime show. I'm Jackson Schneider, and the Colby Eagles with a comfortable halftime lead after they dominate the Nickerson Panthers in the first half. It is 28-0, and let's just get right down to brass tacks. The Colby defense has been stellar, and what they have been, the offense has been just that, and have dominated pretty much every phase of this game. The Nickerson Panthers, as a team, just 2 first downs. They are 1 of 6 on third down attempts. They have a total of 50 yards of offense. And just looking at the stat sheet here, the biggest play of the game for the Panthers was an 18-yard rush back in the first quarter by Jaron Gomez, but that was really the only thing that went well for them in the half, and them and Coach John Wellman will have to go back to the drawing board here at halftime and get something to work in their favor, and they've got to do it in a hurry, as this one has really kind of ballooned out of control in favor of Colby. But let's go ahead and recount the scoring from the first half. We'll start off with how the scoring got broken open. A short screen pass on a second down for the Eagles. Ryan Myers found Calvin Stapp, and he did the rest. And Colby would take the lead there, and they would not look back. About 8 minutes later in game time, Hagen Bowie would get in on the action. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week, and he's halfway there after this 21-yard rush. And that one coming on the coattails of a huge rushing touchdown from Calvin Stapp that was wiped off of the stat sheet from a holding call. The Eagles, a little bit uncharacteristic in the first half in terms of penalties, 4 for 30 yards. But it didn't hurt them as much as you might think. But in the second quarter, with the Colby Eagles up 14-0 already, Calvin Stapp took another rush, this one from 28 yards, and found pay dirt once again. And the Eagles, with that 21-0 lead after that Stapp run, would hold the Nickerson Panthers to another 3 and out and get the ball back, and then the Eagles would air it out a few times. Aiden Basgall with a long catch of 28 yards to help set up this 13-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Myers to Mason Wright. And Calvin Stapp was the main story in the first half, but the passing game was huge as well, as Ryan Myers, again, 4 for 5 passing for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. And coming into tonight, the Colby offense averaged just about 67 yards per game through the air. And Myers had actually kind of struggled as of late throwing the football. Last week, he had thrown interceptions in back-to-back games, and had just 5 touchdowns to 3 picks coming into tonight, but already 2 more under his belt, as well as 2 touchdowns on the ground for the Eagles in addition to that. But we'll go ahead and take another break here on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. On the other side, we will get you first-half stats as well as some score updates from around the state of Kansas. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio on 100.3 The Ride.
6. Yeah, I'm good. This is like 12. Oh.
Chad, Kingman's beating Goodland 40-6 at halftime. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your CHS marching band under the direction of Mr. Joey Nichols. Flags have been taught by a volunteer instructor, Tootie Creighton, class of 2011.
Welcome back into the Cornerstone Ag halftime show. I'm Jackson Schneider. Eagles on top of Nickerson at the break, 28-0. We'll go ahead and get you some of our first half stats. First for the visiting Nickerson Panthers, as Jaron Gomez, 6 carries, 25 yards so far with a long of 18 yards. Blake Teachman, 5 carries for 18 yards. His long is just 6 yards. Christian Peterson, 1 carry and a loss of a yard on that. Bryce Isley, 2 carries, -5 yards, and Noah Salazar, 1 carry for 5 yards. In total, as a team, 15 carries, just 42 yards on the ground for the Nickerson Panthers. Blake Teachman, 205 passing for 8 yards and an interception. So as a team, Nickerson, 42 yards on the ground, 8 passing for 50 total. And just 1 of 6 on third downs, 2 first downs in the game, 1 turnover on that interception. 2 receivers, Noah Salazar, 1 catch for 3 yards, and Christian Peterson, 1 catch for 5 yards for him. So very dominant defensive effort for Colby, and they picked up the slack offensively as well. As Hagen Bowie had a solid first half, 7 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown run. The touchdown was from 21 yards out. Calvin Stapp, 10 carries, 104 yards, and a touchdown. That touchdown was 28 yards in length on the ground. Mason Wright, 1 carry, 3 yards. Ryan Myers, 4 carries, 14 yards, and Jaron Rush, 5 carries for 24 yards. As a team, the Eagles ran the ball 27 times for 206 yards on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Ryan Myers, 4 of 5 passing for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Touchdowns length of 54 and 13 yards. The 54-yarder to Calvin Stapp. Mason Wright snagged the ball from 13 yards out. Aiden Basgo with a 28-yard catch, and Hagen Bowie a 7-yard reception as well. Colby as a team is 5 for 5 on third down conversions in the game. They have 11 first downs in the first half as the offense just continued to roll. They did have a bit of a snag, as I've mentioned, in the penalties department. 4 penalties for 30 yards, but Nickerson is in the exact same boat. 4 penalties, 30 yards for them as well. Colby in the first half, 206 rushing yards, 101 passing for a total of 307 yards in the game on 32 plays. So very efficient offensively for the Eagles in the first half here tonight. But As we look around the state in terms of scores, Scott City up 14-6 on Holcomb at the half. Kingman leading Goodland in their Week 9 non-playoff matchup. It's 40-6 in favor of Kingman. Beloit leads Larned 37-0 at halftime, and that one we'll have to keep an eye on because Beloit, should Colby hold on to this lead, would be the team that the Eagles would play here at Denon Field next week in a rematch of a game that was very close last time out. It was 21-20 in favor of the Eagles, so eyes on that scoreboard as we look across the state. Arc City leads Ulysses at halftime, and this one not going the way of the Tigers like many expected. Arc City, the 12 seed in 4A, beating up on the 5 seed. It's 41-7 at the half in that one. And the Ulysses Tigers likely seeing their season come to an end after what had turned into a very solid year for them. Again, they were the 5 seed in 4A West. And we can take a look at a couple of other scores real quick. Thanks to Scores in Kansas, they do a great job of keeping everyone across the state updated. In 3A action, Cheney up 31-6 on Rock Creek late in the second quarter.
Scott City leads Holcomb 14-6.
As Hoisington up 34-0 on Southwestern Heights.
37-0.
Republic County up 32-8 on Ellis. That one is worth watching for some as Republic County ended a huge losing streak last week, and they've been on the brink of success much of this year, but getting a big lead at halftime over Ellis again, 32-8 in that one. As we look elsewhere in 6A, Hoxie falls to the number 1 team in 8-man 1. Clifton Clyde, they take care of business 66-20 in that one. And elsewhere, Lawrence Free State up 34-0 in the second quarter on Wichita South in 6A action. But we'll go ahead and take our final break of the Cornerstone Ag halftime show. We'll be back in just a moment with the second half here on the Eagles on Radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Colby will have a football to start the second half. Back deep for Colby Mason Wright and Calvin Stack.
Can you shorten that up for me? It looks like we're going to start a little bit quicker. Thank you.
Bryce Ainsley will handle the kicking duty for Nickerson.
Mason Wright has caught a touchdown pass. He gets the kick far side of the field and takes it. Off the field, Mason Wright on the carry to the outside. Side steps. Still on his feet, and he's going to finally go down to the foul for 40-yard line.
Calvin Stapp returns the opening kickoff of the second half, and he does a good job with it, taking it to around the 40-yard line. So Colby will have good field position to start the third quarter. Best field position of the game, in fact, for the Eagles, is they had the best previously for them was their own 21-yard line, but it didn't seem to matter much as the Eagles took care of business on each of their first 4 drives. Hagen Bowie gets the call to start the third quarter, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. So Bowie picks up a couple on that one. They'll say actually closer to 4 on the carry. Again, the Eagles up 28-0 as we begin the third quarter here tonight. Nickerson came in at 4-4 overall.
This stays the way this is. That'll be the matchup next Friday night.
But they have played relatively flat offensively, have Nickerson, and they just haven't really had much of an answer for the Colby offense. Here's a high snap and a penalty flag, and it looks like a procedure penalty on Colby. And so we pick up right back where we left off. The Eagles hurt by themselves a little bit in terms of staying in front of the chains. And now we'll back them up to the 39 and make it second down and 11. So Colby will get set up here for this second down play. High snap again. They pitch it to the near side to Jaron Rush. Makes one man miss now, cuts upfield, and gets to about the 45. So a solid carry there of about 6.
Brings up third down and 5.
Jaron Rush now 6 carries for 30 yards so far. He had 11 for 33. And that one it could be ruled a pass, I guess, the way the Eagles have been shoveling it kind of forward. But here it'll be third down and 5. This time it's going to be a quarterback keeper from Myers, but he will be ridden to the ground short of the line to gain. He'll get about 4. But that is the first time tonight the Eagles do not convert on third down. Previously they were 5 for 5. But with it being fourth down and about a yard right near midfield, it would appear like the Eagles will go for it. Thane Wilderman back into the game. He was injured a couple of weeks ago against Scott City. Missed last week, but he'll be a down tight end on the left side. Motion man is Rush. They go right back up the middle to Bowie, and he's going to be rolled to the ground, but he picks up the yardage needed, gets about 1.5 yards, and that will be a first down for Colby.
Broomfield Tate, gain of 2 is good for a Colby Eagle. First down.
So we'll give him 2 yards, and that'll move the chains for Colby. 9:25 left to go third quarter. The Eagles got the ball to start this period, and they have just picked up their first down, content on taking their time moving the football, and they've done it very well throughout the night so far. Here's a stretch handoff to Calvin Stapp, left side, gets around the outside edge, and he's going to be hit and slowed down, but he squirts forward for a couple more. He got to that outside edge, but it looked like the defensive back had him by his shoelaces, and he just did escape, and Blake Teachman came and cleaned him up after a pickup of about 5.5 on that one for Stapp. I thought he would get a lot more, but he was just pulled in barely, and it slowed him down enough. Stapp now with 109 yards rushing on the game. And here we go for second down from inside the 45 of Nickerson. High snap, handoff up the middle for Jaron Rush. Cuts it inside again towards that far hash. And he'll get about 4.5. I don't know if he's got the yardage needed, but it's going to be close.
By Jaron Gomez, gain of 4. Brings up third down.
So they'll give him 4. And so that'll bring up 3rd down and a yard. Colby looks at the sideline. Now they'll get in position here. 2 running backs behind Myers. It'll be Stapp and Rush. Myers gets the snap. He'll stretch, hand it off. Now cut up to the middle by Jaron Rush, and he picks up about 6 yards, moves the chains. A late penalty flag comes in.
On the play.
And we'll wait and see what the call is there. As it stands, it's a 7-yard pickup for Jaron Rush and a 1st down. The officials conferring in the middle of the field here, but no official ruling just yet. But here it comes from the white hat official. It'll be an unsportsmanlike on Nickerson, so the carry for Rush will stand as a 1st down.
It'll be 1st down.
And so Jaron Rush now over 40 yards on the ground today, but a big-time penalty for Nickerson puts Colby deeper into Nickerson territory. They'll put him down to about the 19-yard line. And Colby has eaten successfully over a 1/3 of this quarter already on this drive, as this will be play number 8. Stapp motions left side. Myers by himself, but he'll power forward, and he will rush to about the 15-yard line. He'll pick up about 4 on the play. Myers 6 rushes, 22 yards on the game here tonight.
Tackle was made by Alexander.
And we're now to 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles looking to push this one to a pretty much insurmountable deficit should they score on this drive, as Nickerson has really shown no urgency offensively so far in this game. But we'll see if that changes on their next possession. Myers hands it off, and not a whole lot going for the Eagles on that one, maybe about 2 yards. And I believe it was Calvin Stapp that got the call that time. D'Amato makes the tackle, but there is an injured Nickerson Panther on the play. Slow to get up is Sam Logan, but he is to his feet now as the athletic training staff comes out to him. He'll exit for the moment. And again, Sam Logan, a 5'8", 217 sophomore, plays offensive and defensive line for the Panthers. Hopefully he's all right, but he was able to walk off under his own power. 3rd down 4. Colby at the Nickerson 13-yard line here. 6:25 and counting here left in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles get set offensively. Basgall split out to the near side as a receiver, but tied in with Calvin Stapp. And Colby will take a timeout as they break the huddle there. But some frustration with the Colby sideline is that it seems the play clock was started prematurely after the injury to the Nickerson sideline there. And we can hear some displeasures from the Colby coordinators above us, and I'm on board with that, as they really weren't given ample time after that injury timeout to get set offensively. It seemed like as soon as they broke the huddle, they were going to have to call timeout. But when we come back after this first timeout of the second half for the Eagles, there'll be 6:08 to go. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. So Colby breaking the huddle from the sideline here, and we'll get into position. All 3 timeouts remain for Nickerson. That's the first timeout spent of the half for Colby here in the 3rd quarter. Same formation. Myers motion Stapp to the left side. They pitch it to him. He tries to cut it up, makes a man miss. A penalty flag comes flying in. And the back judge calls holding, it would appear, and it'll be, I believe, on Hagen Bowie, but we'll see the flag came flying in from the opposite side of the field, so it would be difficult to have the perception on that play from that positioning. But it will be a penalty on Colby. And they'll march it back the full 10 yards.
Holding the call against the Eagles.
So 6 penalties now for 45 yards on Colby, and that will make it 3rd down and 14 from the 23-yard line. Or rather, closer to 3rd down and 15 almost from about the 25. So a long 3rd down coming for the Eagles here. This is their third down of the 3rd quarter. Myers motions a man to the near side. It's going to be an option pitch to Jaron Rush. Tries to get to the outside edge, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 20. Connor D'Amato pushes him out of bounds. A pickup of about 7 on the play for Jaron Rush.
It'll bring up 4th down, 9.
And that will bring up 4th down and about 8 or 9 here. The scoreboard will read 9 with 5:34 to go in the quarter. So Colby's going to go for it. And it's a play-action look. Throw to the left side, caught by Stapp near the sideline, and he is going to pick up the 1st down. A well-designed play-action fake there from Ryan Myers. He completes the pass to Calvin Stapp for a 1st down.
Gain of 18 is good for a Colby Eagle.
And a huge pickup there. So it'll be a pickup of about 14 on the play there. This play from the 19 to about the 5, but that's the 2nd catch of the game for Calvin Stapp for 68 yards now. As Colby converts on yet another 4th down. And here's a fresh set of downs at the 5. Myers keeps it on the read option, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. And that one is just as easy as they come. You fake to the running back, carry it off tackle, and walk into the end zone. It's 34-0 Colby. And Ryan Myers, his first rushing touchdown of the game. And so Carson Van Eaton will come on to kick the extra point once again. And they get set here for the Eagles. And there is a brief pause. There are a ton of fans in their cars lining Denon Field here, and there is one fan in their car with the headlights on, and we have to wait for them to turn their lights off before we can get back to action. There we go. So, Fane Wilderman will be the holder. Carson Van Eaton lines up to kick. Good snap and another good kick, and it sails on through again. Carson Van Eaton, man, is absolutely nails, and that makes it 35-0 Colby with 5:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a short break and be back in just a moment. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride. Welcome back into Denon Field. It's 35-0 Colby over Nickerson with 5:21 to go in the 3rd. And that last drive for Colby, 12 plays, 60 yards, and it eats 6 minutes and 39 seconds off of the clock. And the drum keeps on beating. The Eagles have just absolutely dominated time of possession here tonight. And Nickerson will get their first possession of the second half here on a line drive kick that's fumbled. The ball is out, but I believe Nickerson was able to get back on top of it as the return man had it, bobbled it,
The kick return by
and fell back on it.
Dylan Schneider.
And Dylan Schneider was the player that returned it, and it gives Nickerson a first down in their own territory at the 36, about the 35.5-yard line. So 1st and 10 for them there. And again, this is their first possession of the half, and it comes with 5:18 to go, and it's a handoff right off the guard on the right side. Nothing doing there, maybe a yard, if that even.
Ball carried on the play by Jaron Gomez.
So Jaron Gomez on the carry, and they say no gain.
Brings up 2nd down and 10.
2nd down, 10 to go. Nickerson, again, had just 50 yards of total offense in the first half on 20 plays. Motion man is Peterson. They pitch to him on the far side. He's going to throw. He's got a man, and it's going to be caught all the way inside the 40 to about the 33-yard line. A trick play. And Salazar makes the grab, but Peterson throws the ball and completes it.
First down, Nickerson from the Colby 34-yard line.
A big gain there of about 30 yards. And that is their biggest play of the game. And so now 1st and 10 for Nickerson. They pitch it to the near side, and that's nearly picked off of the pitch. The ball is loose. Who's got it? Sorting out the pile, and Colby has the football. So the pitch is fumbled after the huge play, and the Eagles get it back. So just like that, Colby will get the ball back after the biggest play of the game for Nickerson. And the Eagles will have 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 4:15 to go. Myers, he's going to chuck it deep on the near sideline. He's got set to the 40, to the 35. He's brought down there. And a huge gain of about 30 yards on that one.
30-yard gain, good for Colby. First down.
So Myers to Sapp for 30 more.
That's so disappointing.
Calvin Stapp now with 98 yards receiving on the game. Myers out of the gun, motion Stapp to the left side, counter handoff and ripped to the ground for a loss. Is Hagen Bowie in on the tackle for Nickerson is number 23, Alex Yacht. And Yacht stops Bowie for a loss of 4 on the play. 3:20 is left in the third quarter. Colby up 35-0. A score here would put this, I believe, at a running clock, as they have dominated this ball game here tonight in round 1 of the Kansas Class 3A state playoffs. Griffin and, I believe, Rush split out to the far side. Here's another handoff to Bowie. They go right back to him, and he's got some room. Cuts it upfield, and he's going to be close to a first down. About 16 yards on the play. The play started at the 38-yard line. And so a pickup for Colby on the run by Hagen Bowie. We'll see where they spot it here. To the 24-yard line, a 14-yard gain for Hagen Bowie after having lost a few. And here's a handoff to the near side. And the ball is out. Scooped up by the Eagles, and Calvin Stapp's going to take it for a touchdown. I have never seen anything like that, folks. The handoff to Jaron Rush popped out right into Calvin Stapp's hands, and he takes it for a touchdown. 24 yards on the play. And that makes it 41-0. Just like they drew it up.
And the guy knew everything. 2:28 to play.
And now Carson Van Eaton will come on for the extra point once again. And that one was slow to develop, but it gets through anyways, and Carson Van Eaton is now 6 for 6 on the night. We'll go ahead and take a short break and be back in a moment. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Picked it up and scored. Back to the kickoff. Colby 42. Nickerson nothing.
I have never seen that before. The only time I've seen that was Andrew Luck against the Chiefs.
Goodness gracious. Is it
running clock now? It's 40, or is it into the third? Okay.
42-0. Colby.
Connor Griffin on the kick for Colby.
Case rules say 40. Minus the right. 40 runs up from the officials. 42-0.
Welcome back into Denon Field, and this one has ballooned out of control as Connor Griffin kicks a dribbler up the middle of the field, and it's still free. Still free. Who's got it? The ball is out, and I believe Nickerson finally fell on it back around the 21-yard line, and if you're the Eagles, it's a great way to approach it, as they've had now back-to-back kickoffs where they couldn't handle the rolling ball. But there is a Nickerson Panther slow to get up.
Acacia rules, we will have continuous clock the remainder of the game.
And after this, the clock will start rolling. We have a continuous clock now as Colby is up 40, or greater than 40 rather. It's 42-0, so the clock will start moving per Acacia rules. I'm unable to see who the injured Nickerson Panther is, but he is on his back now, being tended to by medical staff, and now being helped to his feet. So it's a positive sign for the Panthers, and it is Christian Peterson. And Peterson is a valuable piece to this Nickerson offense, and they'll be without him for the next play at least, as he's going to be helped off by the athletics trainers favoring one of his legs. Hopefully he'll be all right. But again, Peterson completed the biggest play of the game for Nickerson just a few minutes ago on the double pass. He threw a 30-yard strike to Noah Salazar, but then Nickerson fumbled the ball on their very next play, and Colby took it and scored. But Nickerson will start this drive at their own 22-yard line with 1:44 to go in the third quarter. Again, it is 42-0 Eagles. First snap here is a handoff, and towards that far sideline, but it stays in between the tackles, and it's going to be Connor D'Amato on the carry. And he gets about 2 yards. Aiden Baskell in on the tackle there for Colby. Rowdy Farr getting credit as well. He's been relatively quiet tonight, but still a huge part of disrupting the Nickerson offense here tonight. Had a couple of huge sacks last week against Goodland, did Rowdy. D'Amato in motion. The give is to the right side, and I believe it's going to be Gomez, but not a lot going for him there.
Baskell, the first man there for Colby.
And again, Aiden Baskell gets the tackle. Nothing doing for Gomez again on that one. And that will bring up third down, as there is another injured Nickerson Panther on that far sideline. 33 seconds left in the period here. Get you some other scores from around the area. Nickerson, again, trailing Colby 42-0 here late in the third, but Scott City up 21-12 at the end of the third quarter over Holcomb. Plainville was up 49-0 on Sacred Half at the half. So that one will be on the continuous clock in the second half. So that one likely will end here shortly. Topeka Hayden leads Sabetha 28-0 in the third quarter as we now get back to action here. And another handoff up the middle. Bursting into the secondary is the ball carrier. And I believe...
On the carry that time was Alexander Yacht.
And that was Yacht. Alexander Yacht, his first carry of the game here, and he picks up a good chunk. And that will end the third quarter there after that run from Yacht for 13 yards. So after three, it's 42-0 Colby. We'll take a break and be back in just a minute. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride. Yep. Sorry, welcome back into... oh. Okay, yeah, sorry, I had to take my headset off for a sec. Okay, thank you. We should be good, I think. First and 10, Nickerson, and a handoff delayed to the left side.
On the carry for Nickerson.
And Yacht with another carry. He'll pick up about 5 on that one. So his first 2 carries of the game are sizable. He'll be pickup of actually closer to 6. So Yacht, 2 carries, 19 yards so far, and it'll be 2nd and 4 here for the Panthers. And another delayed handoff. This one goes for maybe a yard, if that, as the Eagles sniff it out in a hurry.
Nevins on the carry for Newton.
And this time it's going to be Nevins on the carry there. His first of the game. So Nevins picks up a yard there. Another carry. This time it's faked by the quarterback, Teachman, and he's going to pick up 3 close to the first down. I believe he's got enough. But the quarterback, Teachman, on the keeper.
Landon Reinhardt, gain of 3 and good for a Nickerson first down.
And it will move the chains. So Teachman on the carry there. He's now got 7 rushes for 21 yards. He does have a fumble on that pitch. So first and 10 for the Panthers. Now 10:20 to go in the game with the clock rolling. Another delayed handoff. Breaking the tackle, though, is Gomez. Still fighting, but he's going to be brought down after a gain of close to 9.
Brought down by Jaron Roach. Gain of 9 on the play.
So 9 yards for Gomez, and that is his best carry since back in the first quarter. He had an 18-yarder early in the game. That one goes for 9. And this one a quarterback keeper and a quick one. He'll be squirting forward is Teachman. He's going to have first down yardage.
Brought down to the play by Rowdy Farr.
Rowdy Farr makes the tackle off the 3-yard Teachman run. So 2 more first downs for Nickerson in the last couple of plays. And there'll be a rush play to the near side here, maybe a yard on that one. This one was just off of the edge of the offensive line. Rowdy Fart in on the stop. Jaron Gomez, another carry, and he gets just a yard that time.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
8:55, clock running.
Again, the clock is running, so this one quickly sponging away as Colby is up 42-0 on Nickerson here. 2nd down 9, motion man to the near side. And another give up the middle, this time stuffed for a loss.
Jaron
Gomez on the carry again, and Rowdy Farr and Aiden Baskel
on the stop for
both in the backfield that time.
loss of a yard, brings up 3rd and 10.
So Jaron Gomez has gotten fed the last few plays here, but he loses a yard that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10. This by far the longest drive of the game for Nickerson. This will be the 11th play of the drive. Prior to that, their longest drive was 6 plays. And that one ended in an interception. Here's an option keep, stopped for a loss, thrown into the backfield. And Jaron Rush was in there, as well as 2 or 3 others.
On the stop for Colby.
Cade Lanning in there. Rowdy Farr, Aiden Baskel. You could just about name the entire Colby defense. They were on the backfield, and Teachman will lose about 5 yards.
In punt formation.
So Christian Peterson back in after he left favoring his left leg. He'll be in to punt here with his right foot, and this one high and short to the near side. It will bounce in the middle of the field and settle in right around the 33-yard line. So about a 10-yard punt. Not a whole lot on it. But Colby gets the stop with 7:03 to go. And I believe we will see some younger Colby Eagles get some reps here as this one well in hand. Colby on top 42-0. Keaton Fromm out there, as well as a host of young Eagles. Bryce Myers out on the far side. And here's a handoff up the middle. And that's going to be Aiden Cook. So Cook gets will actually lose a yard, it seems, on his first carry. Clock is now running with 6:10 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, Eagles taking their time here. Some of the younger guys, they'll pitch to the near side again. Getting that outside edge. Jumping over a man is Keaton Fromm.
Keaton Fromm on the carry for Colby.
And a little bit of late contact on the Colby sideline. And
Tanner Smith.
No penalty flag. But Keaton Fromm will pick up about 6 or so.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
So Fromm picks up the 6-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down with 5:27 to go in the game. And the officials coming together to discuss something here. As again, Colby, Keaton Fromm is, I believe, down on the near sideline, being helped to his feet by his coaches off of what the Colby sideline felt was a bit of a late hit. And Keaton Fromm can't come in for this play, but he looks like he's all right. Maybe just got his bell rung there on that late contact, but no penalty flag was thrown. But 5:27 to go. The clock will start again on the official's whistle here. Coach Reese McKinney is very unhappy with that late contact and no flag being thrown. Very unhappy with that, but the Eagles will have 3rd down and about 5.5 here as they get set. Quarterback Voss hands it off, and it's blown up in the backfield for a big loss as Colin Carroll got the ball and got hit as he got the ball. He didn't have a chance. And so there is a flag down. We'll see what this one is. Colby has the punt team out there. But we'll see what it is here as the officials discussing again in the middle of the field. The good thing about this is the clock is still running with this large deficit of 42-0 at the hands of Colby. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Seems to be some confusion. And they will say an illegal procedure that is declined. So that will bring up 4th down.
And it is 4th down. 5 to go. 4th and 10.
So Carroll loses 5 on his first carry. And now Mason Wright calls for the ball to punt.
Comes the snap to Mason Wright.
And a good spiraling punt. And a broken tackle there on the near side. But being lassoed to the ground at midfield is the return man in Isley.
Bryce Isley on the return.
And so Nickerson will get the ball right at midfield after a decent return. Nearly blown up as he caught the ball. But he makes the man miss and takes it to the 50. But 3:25 to go in the game here. Clock still running. Nickerson trying to mount some sort of drive here. This will be the end of their season, the final 3:15 of it. And then they will mount the 3.5, 4-hour drive home back to Nickerson down near Hutchinson. But the Colby defense, you can bet, wants to preserve the shutout. Motion man splits to the outside, and a pitch to the left here, and Christian Peterson is going to be ripped down in the backfield. And Calvin Stapp makes the tackle, a loss of about 5, maybe even 6 on the play there.
2nd down and 16.
So Peterson will lose 6 yards, and that will make it 2nd down and very long here with now 2:25 to go in the game. Colby has dominated this one from start to finish. Our 2nd consecutive week with a running clock in the 2nd half. Here's a handoff in between the tackles, but nothing doing again. Gomez gets another carry, but still no yardage on that one. He's got 12 rushes for 34 yards on the game, and we're now under 2 minutes to go here in the contest.
Hey, are you good for next week?
I think so.
1:45 now Nickerson seems to kind of be taking their time here. And no real sense of urgency, and that's kind of been my observation on them all game, is they don't seem to have a lot of sense of urgency in scoring the ball when they've been in a deficit pretty much the whole game. Here's a delayed handoff and a pickup of 4, close to 5 for Jaron Gomez that time. But that'll bring up 4th and 10.
4th down and 11.
4th down and, well, call it closer to 11, really, after that one. But this will likely be one of the final plays of the game.
Christian Peterson on the punt.
But Colby will improve to 9-0 on the season. Nickerson will fall to 4-5. Their season will stop there. Peterson back to punt, and it's nearly blocked, but he gets it away. Nobody back to return for the Eagles. It'll be down right around the 21-yard line with 35 seconds to go, and I don't believe Colby will even have to run a play offensively here. We'll see if they just take a knee for posterity, but with now 20 seconds to go in the game, I don't believe they would have to, but The Eagles will send their team out there, and I don't believe they'll snap it. Nope, they'll just stand here and wrap this one up. Colby, a dominating win here tonight. 42-0 over the Nickerson Panthers this evening.
Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff for the rematch of their game against Beloit.
And a week from right now, Colby will get a rematch against the Beloit Trojans, a game that was a thriller back in week 4. Colby won that one 21-20, but we will get a rematch of those two schools as Beloit was victorious over Larned tonight, and Colby making light work of the Nickerson Panthers this evening, 42-0. We'll go ahead and take a break and be back with the Farmers and Merchants Bank post-game show in just a moment. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Well, you did.
Yeah, he did.
And lucky when one.
A couple hackers around Calvin's necks are pretty questionable as well. It is what it is.
Be safe this weekend.
See ya.
Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, no, I'll be back Monday afternoon, but in time for the remote thing. So, Taco John's. I'll be back in plenty of time for that.
Toss it down. Yeah, got it. What's up?
How's it going? Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Upstairs, up in the corner where it says live, if you just click that and click like end broadcast.
Click live and broadcast. Like I did.
And then just save it, and then just close out and turn off the computer and kind of pack up a little bit, like I showed you, the computer in first.
Are the boxes up there?
Yeah, the box still needs up there.
See you next week, Bogan.
See ya.